My fellow vapors and juice heads, Kylie Vapes here, back at you with yet another review. Actually, it is another two-parter, but this one's going to be back-to-back, so I will upload this half and then I will upload the second half right afterwards. In this review, we're going to be discussing Mr. Good Vapes. I've got the entire line, excluding their newest flavor, and those flavors include Dabble Doya, Sunday Fun Day, Heaven's Candy, Pistachio Man, Bahama Mama, Sweet Lovin', Karma Cream, Dream Sickle, Melon Head, Moon Sugar, and Sunshine Daydream. So those are all the flavors that we have to test out today, and I'm going to start off with, let's see if I can find it. I'm going to start off with Dabble Doya. Here is the bottle. All right. Dabble Doya is a 50-50 PG-VG blend and provides decent clouds as well as great flavor. So to get into more detail with the flavor, I've got some notes which I'm going to, refer to if I start blanking out and start blah, 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 babbling like normal. But anyway, so Dabble Doya, to me, on the inhale, it's a real rich cross between apple pie and like a cinnamon vanilla caramel flavor. Almost kind of like apple pie and vanilla ice cream with some cinnamon and some caramel drizzle on top. It's excellent, and it reminds me of the summertime, which is right now. And I mean, it reminds me of being at a barbecue or at a family reunion. Somebody breaks out the apple pie. It's just like an all-American, delicious, wonderful vape. Not to say that you won't enjoy this if you're not from America. You will enjoy this. So I highly recommend that you check out some Dabble Doya. Alright, let's move on to Moon Sugar, since right in front of me. Here we are, and there's the Mr. Good Vape. Alright, so if you noticed that the clouds were significantly larger, you are correct, because Moon Sugar, unlike Dabble Doya, is an 80-20 VG-PG mixture. And the flavor is really, really good, and I actually never thought that I would enjoy this type of blend because I'm not a huge fan of cookie vapes, but this is a real intense rush of just creamy sugar cookies. And then on the exhale, you almost get notes of butterscotch, and I kind of want to say a nutty finish. I'm not sure if it's hazelnut or what, but it's great. It's highly enjoyable, and it pleases me. It really does. So if you're a sweet, desserty cookie vape fan, check out some Moon Sugar. Alright, so why don't we move right into Sunday Fun Day? Figure we'll get all the desserty vape flavors out of the way first. Alright, Sunday Fun Day, excuse me, is actually a 60-40 PG-VG, so it's PG dominant, and it although it does not produce as dense clouds as the 80-20 blend, the flavor is real great, and the vapor is still there. So I mean, it's not as big of a cloud, but you still get a lot depending on your build and if you know how to work with it. Anyway, so for the flavor, this is basically like a dessert vapor's dream. I mean, my God, it's amazing. I want to say there's so many flavors going on in here. This is what I wrote down, and I mean, I also did my research and I looked to the Mr. Good Vape website to make sure I got the blends correct and everything, and the pricing, which I will go over at the very end. But Sunday Fun Day is like primarily it's a French vanilla ice cream flavor. But along with that French vanilla, you get on the inhale, you get a caramel and a brown sugar note. So it's like a caramel, and then the brown sugar sort of like sweetens that up, if that's even possible to sweeten up caramel any more than it possibly could be. And then along with the brown sugar and the caramel comes these nutty notes from butter pecan, or however you guys pronounce it, whatever. And then at the very, very end, you almost get like a chocolatey cookies and cream with almost this butterscotch note. I'm going to vape it again and see if I can put it all together. You definitely get the butter pecan at the very end with a sweet butterscotch, because it's like butterscotch and caramel are very, very similar, but then again they're also very different in the way that their flavors end, almost, if that makes sense. All in all, there is so much going on in this vape that it is very difficult to describe, and the best way to really, I guess, put your finger on it is to order some for yourself and test it out. So like I said, I mean, if you're a dessert fan, if you're a sweets fan, you're gonna love Sunday Fun Day. It is your dream vape, I promise. Okay. Let's move on to, how about Heaven's Candy? Heaven's Candy is blue, just like Dabble Doya. It smells like a cross between runts and sweet tarts. Awesome. All right, so this is also a 60-40 PG dominant blend. There's a lot going on in this vape as well, but it's definitely a candy vape, obviously, Heaven's Candy. Immediately you can tell that there's an apple flavor, and there's also a grape flavor. You can taste that at the very end of the exhale. But I almost kind of want to say that in the background, there's a little bit of like cotton candy. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with it's like a sweet tart apple with some grapes and cotton candy, and then I kind of want to say that there's a little something else in there, but I can't quite put my finger on it. All in all, Heaven's Candy is amazing. It really does remind me of Runts. If you know what those candies are, they're like those little, they're hard Willy Wonka, hard fruit-shaped candies. You know, they've got the apple, banana, orange, you know, all sorts of flavors like that. And then it kind of reminds me of Sweet Tarts as well. So goes hand in hand. I mean, this is a really, really good vape. Yeah, if you've got a sweet tooth, check out Heaven's Candy, because I think you will really like it if you are into Sweet Tarts or Runts or Starbursts or any type of fruity candy. This definitely hits the spot. Okay, so let's talk about Pistachio Man. It's got a really nutty, almost a musty scent to it. So, Pistachio Man is a 60-40 blend as well. They change up though. There is some variety, I promise. Just wait. So, the inhale, predominantly pistachio. Obviously, it is the strongest flavor that comes through. On the exhale, pardon me. On the exhale, you get the sweetness from the chocolate and then a slight hint of mint. There's no aftertaste of mint, so there's no essence of it after you've exhaled. So, I mean, it's barely noticeable. And at the very end of the exhale, that musty scent comes from this almost, I want to say like a pipe tobacco. It kind of smells like if you're giving a hug to your grandpa, and if you've ever smelled like just like an old man. He kind of, he smells older, musty, kind of like his cologne or like he's been puffing on some pipe tobacco. I mean, that's kind of what it reminds me of, my grandpa. So, it's a good scent. It's a good smell. It's a good taste. I really like it. I kind of like that there's this essence of nuttiness and sweetness, and then at the very, very end, it complements it with classic tobacco flavor. So, I highly recommend that you check out some Pistachio Man if you are a classic tobacco lover. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this part of the review, and I will hurry up and film and upload the second half for you guys. I just want to give a quick thank you to Mr. Good Vape and Vape Rev. Of course, Mr. Good Vape is the godfather of vape, as I'm learning this far. Again, a huge thank you for sending me these out to review and to try out. I'm very, very appreciative that you guys are giving me this opportunity, and I'm saying it right now just in case you don't get to see the second half of my video. I will also repeat all of this then too. So thanks for watching, guys, and stick around for the second half.